of the dead, and the dead have no mercy.
I got scared a little bit there. My name is Necromancer. I will tell you how to play the Necromancer the most efficient way in the upcoming Diablo 4 beta weekend, because I got some pretty good insight from last weekend where we could look at the legendary effects also for Necromancers. Got some Diablo 3 knowledge over many years, and I heard one or two rumors about how to play Necromancers efficiently. Therefore I would say intro up. Oh yeah, there was something. Can't afford money for an intro right now. I have to save all my money for Diablo 4. Then fire up. So, what is the Necromancer about? The Necromancer is Dark Sorcerer, which you can play in melee, also in range. You have minions and curses. Gameplay wise, that means you have a lot of utility. You have a lot of damage. In Diablo 3 you had the most AoE and you had the best single target. That's why many groups brought 2 Necromancers in the latest seasons. You have a lot of CC, like slows and also stuns, and that's the theme. The disadvantage, you have not so much movement. You will be the slowest class of them all. That's your disadvantage. So the first build I recommend to you for the upcoming beta is the minion build. Why minions? Minions are like a dot damage over time effect. They stick on your enemies and they do a lot of damage. You will buff them. You will help them to succeed. It's a pretty passive playstyle. Some people like, a lot of people like, and I think it's also cool watching your army slay enemies while getting a coffee. That's advantage and disadvantage. People who love active playstyle should look out for different builds or different classes. The big disadvantage, in my opinion, is also if someone kills your minions, you won't do damage. So that's the high risk. If you decide going for this class, we don't know how the end game is, but in beta it will be pretty good. Legendaries will be viable, there are a lot of them, and they just add up, so you do more minion damage. Something to have in mind, minion groups, there are 3, like golems, mages, and skeletons, like melee skeletons. They need 1 skill slot. So by having more minions, it means you have less utility spells. Let's look at the video to see how the styles plays and what works out. So in this video you can see you use spells which can generate corpses, and you generate out of corpses your minions.
A few moments later.
I can't believe it. I went to the bathroom and I'm still highest in damage numbers out of my group as a minion Necromancer. Crazy, isn't it? Now, let me recommend you the second build, the Blood Necromancer. The Blood Necromancer has a class fantasy about one spell, or around one spell, Death Nova. Death Nova or Blood Nova is a big AoE, a circle around you. And yeah, that's it. Why is this build so crazily good? You do a lot of AoE, you will be insane damage wise when it comes to groups. You will melt down bosses. But the thing is, you only do damage inside of the circle. Enemies around of the circle, they get no damage. And you're stationary. So if you think Barbs had a hard time trying to catch minions, let me tell you, it will be even worse as a Blood Necromancer. The big plus, the big advantage is you heal a lot. In a game where the balance is around potions, I think it's amazing having the ability to heal yourself full. So as you can see, you will be good against melee bosses in groups, but sometimes you will suffer a lot. So yeah, there's that. Hey you! Come here! Huh? Okay. Don't wear sunglasses inside. What an idiot. Walking straight into my blood nova. Yeah, that's what my hand is called. That was the second build, but now let's come to my absolute favorite, the third build. The bone Necromancer. It gives me maybe a huge... the bone Necromancer. It's the spellcaster fantasy with big one-shots. You have those hard, heavy-hitting spells which kills enemies, and yeah, that's it. It really is about having as much essence, it's a resource as possible, and then using your abilities and critting a lot. It really is about that. You have the disadvantage of not having minions and still being pretty slow because you're Necromancer, but I just think it's amazing standing in a beta, especially at bosses, and seeing them pew exploding. That's what I like, and that's the build I'm going for, also with minions. I played a lot of the Blood Necromancer, so that's my thing. But my fellow Necromancer, let's talk about one thing that makes the Necromancers the most badass class. It's their style, how they look. They look so amazing, just it looks so good. The dark colors, the armor, the skulls on the armor, and it is my favorite. So if that isn't the best reason to play this class, I don't know what other reasons you need. God damn, so good. Those were my 3 favorite builds for the upcoming beta as a Necromancer. If you enjoyed the video, if you cringed at least once, leave a like, give me a subscription, a follow, will help a lot, and it's a cool sign for me. This is my first video, and tell me something I'm really interested in. Which class will you play on the coming beta? Will you play the new classes? Will you stick with the older 3 ones? Or is it your first time playing even the beta? So I'm interested. Leave your answer in the comments, and then see you next time. Damn, that was a lot of work. How to be a furry. Images. Next video, Druids and how to play it in the upcoming beta. Stay tuned.